Collective. It's your girl, CYNETHA Jade, back at it. Most call me Love, all right? Back at it with another live stream. And tonight we only have two piles to eke out, which good thing because I got on here later than I wanted to. You guys, oh, forgive me. Your girl's trying. All right, I'm still showing up. And you guys can watch this at your leisure. Makes sense. Okay, so pile number one, I could be speaking to a Libra. We've got double confirmation on that. As well as a Capricorn from the collective. Does not have to be the case. All right. And what I love and light eat me, what I wanted to do tonight, you guys, was take a deeper look at aspects of the way that maybe you do and or don't realize that you show up in relationships of the loving, caring kind, right? So, because, we know nowadays, right, in this new earth, new timeline, new version of ourselves, right? We're not casting pearls, all right, willy-nilly. So there's that, right? And so we're going to see what all comes out about you tonight, as well as maybe someone that could already be in your energies collective, and or someone that most likely will be coming your way here. All right, I don't really have any markers, I just realized, for the pile. And before I get into the piles, the overarching energy, you guys, long story short, the divine is asking for you to watch for signs, okay? They're giving you signs, synchronicities, especially particularly about your love life. And the reason why I say that, collective, is because we're really talking love, caring, concern type of relationships, but normally of the romantic variety, just saying, okay, you guys? So there's that. But you are to watch for these signs, okay? Pay attention, take heed. You're also being asked to release whatever blockages you may find, all right? Which means what? You got to look, right? Not look for the blockages, but you got to look at self. You've got to check yourself before you wreck yourself kind of vibes, right? Hey, how are you doing? Hey, buddy, how are you feeling? What are you screaming out, if anything? Question mark, right? Like, you really have to do this work, you guys, because this is what's going to help you feel and ultimately perform self-regulation, okay? There could be some significance to LGBTQ plus, as well as Taurus energy. Doesn't have to be the case. And you guys may, as you should, I'm sure, subscribe to being that phoenix rising from the ashes. All right, this does not mean that you are left without love. Okay, so please fear not. Stop telling yourself that type of paradigm before you end up shifting to it. Makes sense? Okay. You're still with me. Okay, good. All right. So pile number one, whether you have been told this, taught this, or aware of this or not, okay, you're coming out here as pretty thoughtful peoples. All right, of course, makes sense. My collective's the best collective, like hands down. All right, so there's that. Um, and people do enjoy that you do seem to keep intact your childlike wonderment, right? I love that about you too, just saying. So, you do have a propensity to become silly, right? I'd like to say this is in a purposeful sense, not just like an uncontrollable sense or situation, right? But you really know how to liven up a crowd, liven up a room, liven up a relationship, and dare I say, a conversation. It's pretty sweet. And you are coming out here as a dreamer. People do love that you are not only supportive of, obviously your own dreams, but that of others. Okay, so maybe you've already known and loved several lovers, perhaps, that too had dreams and you were supportive there. That did not go unnoticed, or does not go unnoticed, because general collective, some of you have some people and some of you don't. Okay, makes sense. You are a great hugger here. All right. Hugs are really important, you guys. They literally are like medicine, if I do say so myself. Okay. Gosh, some days I'd almost pay for a hug. Just saying, right? They're really important. I miss them. But anyhow, um, and you do have the ability, it's giving healer vibes here, pile number one, regardless of whether you're resonating with having Libra or Capricorn chart placements, to really put people at ease, make them feel at home, make them feel at whole even, right? Um, and we're talking because in current energies for the tarot, all right, what is stagnating is this pesky Six of Pentacles energy, right? And I say that tongue in cheek, okay? Gosh, That was, interestingly enough, the card that came out in the interference mode, and yet you've got another card indicating interference, okay? Connecting to the Eight of Swords. No bueno. 8-8 could have some significance. Might that be one of the signs you're being sent and maybe not taking heed? Look up those angel numbers, would ya? They really help round out the message, I promise, okay? So there could be some significance to 8-8 with this Eight of Swords and Eight of Pentacles. And it's like the whole time, you know, you might be stagnating yourself here, fearing that you're outside of some sort of timeline and that you have some sort of failure. All right, here's the sitch. You got to do love and light, Erica. Here's the sitch. Pile number one. You've got to do the shadow work. You've got to do this work. All right. Check yourself. Check your ego, especially, because that's really at the root here. No pun intended. Might want to check the root chakra while you're at it too, honey bun. Just saying. Okay. So there's that. So you can get your crown on straight, right? It's on there, but you got to straighten it out. Okay. And I get it. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's something that keeps coming through the channeling, you guys. A lot of responsibility, a lot of try again, maybe a lot of failure to get to the success, okay? Depending on who I'm reading for, you may resonate with some or all of that. Makes sense, okay? But the shadow work is definitely calling, okay? Your ego trying to protect you is really projecting onto you at this point, right? It's all like, you know, oh, success out the window, and it's like, even if you are fearing that or ruminating through some thoughts, okay, I need you to know, whoever you are, all right, you have the power to choose whether or not that becomes a core memory. No, let me stop. But you have the power to choose whether or not that's something that stays rolling around in your dome, babe. Love and light, Sag girl. Welcome, you guys. Gonna ring the bell soon for the free yes, no. You guys, please, please, please check the description box and scroll down for the live stream rules. Okay, you guys? And for those that haven't done it in a while, please triple dog check to make sure you're actually subscribed here. Strange things be going on in YouTube land, as it were. And so we've got to make that request as creators from time to time. Quite unfortunately, if I do say so myself, but I digress. Welcome. And please, if you have need of assistance referable to the rules, let me know. Okay. Love and light, Leanne. Welcome. Thanks for coming back. So you guys, pile number one, you got to get out of your head and into essentially your heart space here. Figure out exactly, you know, who hurt you, kind of thing, right? Who was telling falsities versus truths, okay? And when you ask these questions, you also have to check you. Were you lying to you about you? Were you lying to you about some others, okay? Sometimes, you know, the rose-colored glasses can really skewer a person's perception. So maybe you didn't intentionally lie, but you were rocking with the falsity, either of your own volition or because somebody was feeding it to you and you didn't catch it. Well, now you're in charge to catch it. Makes sense? And I get it. It's on the back end. Ish already went down and happened, right? But what of it? Because you still, like that phoenix can rise from the ashes. You still, like most of us have already done, quite frankly, can pick up the pieces and make something beautiful out of it in spite of it all, right? That's how many of us have gotten to New Earth, okay, as they call it, which is really conscious based. All right. It's really a sum and total of all aspects of experiences from one incarnation to the next, tracing all the way back to those ancestors. I mean, we're really big stuff, but at the same time, really multi-dimensionally connected all at once. It's crazy, right? This life is far more spiritual. This life is far more magical, you might say, than meets the eye. All right. But you are being guided to communicate with self, with higher self, of course, as well as your spiritual guidance team, whom all ever that may or may not be inclusive of. All right. You plug in the names there if you know them. All right. But do the work. Don't just talk about it. Be about it. You got to connect. Okay. Some of you need to slow down so that you can get these cheat codes, these downloads, the angelic code, the signs, the synchronicities. All right. On the other side of this, you're going to cultivate a beautification in your path. Don't you want? Yes, you do. You want that. In case, please. Who said they weren't sure? Okay, you got to know it. This though, you know what I'm saying. You got to know who you are versus who you are not, what you want versus what you do not want. Okay, and remember, fear is a down payment for something you don't really want to receive. Fear is a rubber, okay? Every time, not just sometimes. Fear never, ever, ever helps. So sorry to tell you. I know it's so, you'd almost think sometimes being fear-based might seem cathartic. Really, I just think that's the after effects of having a wonderful highly ranked spiritual guidance team. All right, that protection, that redirection, that rerouting. Okay, which really goes back to the whole ideation of what would you do, collective, if you knew you had to win. And maybe more aptly stated, what would you do if you knew you've already won? So really, we're just talking about getting ourselves to align with the frequency of doing just that, winning. All you do is win, 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 win. Okay, because that's part and parcel of your birthright package here. Yeah, I had literally the perfect timing for such a card as this that says, "quote Throne, your potential is endless," with a 45 giving a beautiful new beginning, dare I say, new earth energy of 9. All right, really beautification of the new timeline. Princess, you can be your own knight, whether guy, girl, what have you. Stop considering yourselves to be small. You're too big for this. You're too divine for this, and royal divinity at that. Okay, there is no severability between you and royal divinity of all kinds. So now what? How could you lose at anything that you're set out to win at? Makes sense. I have to say it that way because a lot of us, from time to time have really feared and or perceived losses. Some of us have been expected to give up, exchange, cut off, right? To allow room for the new, okay? And it's still, even though, okay, I'm co-creating this with source energy, okay, if I want change, I want to make positive change, even though it's not necessarily the easiest, sometimes beautification can feel pretty messy, pretty ugly, if I do say so myself. And so I think that's why we're getting the Six of Pentacles really stunted by the Eight of Swords, the mental space. Love and light, Fiona. Welcome, babe. Okay. I mean, you got to watch that because here's the sitch. The Six of Pentacles came out as if to be some sort of stunt, some sort of like, blockage here. Okay. The Six of Pentacles on the cuff just really talks about reciprocity. If anything, this is like a aha at last kind of energy, usually, right? But we see the mental space really being stunted by its potentiality here. Fear of success, perhaps, pile number 1, in life and in love. Oh my goodness, you'd have to check that ego, baby, before you wreck everything, okay? Not doing the work is the equivalent to having this kind of be your own fault when ish hits the fan, and not in a pretty way and not in a way you'd hoped. Okay, because now that you've received this message, exactly next steps, which is to do that shadow work, which is to check in with self, which is to be authentic towards self and others, right? So that you live out a beautification aspect of your path, which goes like, everyone in my life is not only worthy but deserving to have access, right? Everyone in my life gives and does not simply and solely take from me. Everyone in my life respects my boundaries and wants what's best for me, right? There's no question about like, are they cheating? Do they love me? How about now, right? Like, oh, we just are they still effing with me? How about now, right? Like, where is the safety in that? You know what I'm saying? So of course, maybe there's a whole history and timeline that you're still getting over, which really felt quite unsafe, especially where matters of the heart, or dare I say love, were concerned. Okay, and maybe it's because on the other side of things you had to learn what you want and what you do not want. Maybe you had to learn what is love. A lot of people think lust, which is spelled completely different than love, is love. It ain't love. Never will be, honey. Just saying. All right. Feast, slow down, and celebrate yourself. Okay, so now is not the time, pile number 1, from what I'm gathering here. Especially if you're already like single. Okay, now's not necessarily the time to like hanky kick it up a notch into some hyper gear towards mingling. Okay, because I gather right now you're supposed to really take a good look at how amazing you are, and not necessarily because you didn't know it, but I mean the level of amazing. All right, like wouldn't that be horrible if the divine, like all the gods and goddesses, right, all of divinity, Holy Spirit, Source, Universe, looked upon you and knew exactly the level of amazing you already are, even though you're not like in your final stages, you're not necessarily operating out of that full aspected beautification path, or dare I say utopia, right? And they still look upon you every time, smiling widely, proud that they had chosen you, proud that you were ever thought of, let alone created, right? But you, with the sourpuss face that looks like you drank pickle juice in between lemonade sessions. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that be horrible? Wouldn't that be sad, right? So, you guys, it's really important to do the work, because as you do the work, as you commune with spirit, you're going to have that Six of Pentacles not seem scary at all. The Six of Pentacles is going to give you the tangible evidence, if I do say so, if I do say so myself, that you are supported by divinity. Because whoever I'm speaking to, you know, maybe you look to the left and to the right, and all there is you. All there is you and the elements, right? And even if that is the case, literally, I need you to know that's more than enough, especially to beautify your own path. Because all it takes is you making the choice. Love and light, Laura, right? All it takes is you. You are part and parcel of the divinity, and the divinity that you're fearing you're not backs you. So how could you lose at loving you? How could you lose at loving life? How could you lose at love when you are? Get out of the mental space. Every hurricane comes to an end. So whatever storm you've either climbed out of or climbing into, perhaps, right? We're always either coming or going out of one of those, it seems. That's life, especially in the earth realm. Makes sense. We're here to learn and grow our souls. All right. So again, goes back to how would you know what you want versus what you don't if you never learned or AKA experienced that. Makes sense now? Okay. Ooh, all right. Yeah, somebody's wheels are turning. Yep, I can feel it. I love it. Princess, you can be your own knight. You don't need anyone, firstly, outside of yourselves. Okay, so I don't know if the reason why chills on that. Okay, I now know. Somebody connected to this pile. You might be being guided to slow down with that serial dating. Slow down with the band-aid, from band-aid to band-aid. Okay, and there could honestly be some significance to LGBTQ plus, because I'm getting somebody that would be how you say bisexual, just dating to dating to dating to dating, and it's like, whoa, slow it down and value self so that you can be way more picky and have way more hours in the day and night, dare I say. I mean, what else are you do? Who, you know, like make time for you, you know what I'm saying? And for those wondering, for pile number one, you know what? This person seems pretty compatible if they're not in your energy already, pile number one, because I forgot to make mention of this. I could be speaking to a Libra. I did indicate that. Hold on. I know. I'm not going to just repeat that part. Okay. But there was some significance to music coming out here, especially for the Libran energy. You could be one that when you hear a new song and you like it, or when you find a new song you like it, whether it's new or not, you know, you listen to it on repeat until you're sick of it. Okay. Also, psyche, if that's you, heads up, you might be a little neurospicy, if I do say so myself. Not that I'm diagnosing anyone, right? Just saying, in case no one ever thought that about you, and maybe it helps you to know, if that makes sense, okay? But, you know, do your research, go to the doctor, you know the drill, all right? And you could also look for, like, your partner needs to be, like, highly attractive to you. Maybe not to the world, right? Right, like you might have others looking at your people like, oh, that's your type, but that ain't mine, right? But to you, you're like, yeah, that's all me, right? Every day. So make sense of that as you will. But here's the sit, you guys. Oh, I picked up the wrong. This person, okay, and you may not know them now, okay, but this person, which also Capricorn came out on both sides here. That was the only one. So this person coming to you could be Capricorn, Aries, or Pisces. And they could listen mostly to mainstream music. So there's something about music coming through, you guys, because also Pisces here stating their perfect date would be going to a concert. So you guys might actually, you know, go to concerts, maybe not for the first date, right? Like, hi, I can't hear you. And hi, you're right. You're not getting to know them really. You should get to know them a little bit and then go to the concert. Just saying, right? That'd be like going on a blind date to the movies. Like, what are you? So you're just, hi, I'm April, I'm Sam. And then you just sit down for what, 2.5 hours before you. I mean, I'd probably still try it, I guess, if that was the only option. But I don't know. I feel like that's like the worst kind of setup. Like, maybe let's have coffee first. Well, we should talk, right? It's already a blind date situation, right? Let's play catch up. But I digress. There could be some significance to amusement parks too. You guys could go. Um, maybe you take this person, or maybe you have taken this person to their first amusement park experience. And this person could be an Aries, if I didn't already mention that. So I could be speaking to collective member side, Capricorn, or Libra. Doesn't have to be the case, you guys. But it is fun to get some specifics for some, right? And this person, whether in your orbit, okay, that you know and love, or this person coming to you, could be Aries, Capricorn, or Pisces, all right? So I'm going to ring the bell now, you guys, because I really appreciate you coming on with me. I see you, Erica. And I'm just going to finish up pile 1, you guys, with name chart placements. All right, name initials, excuse me, and chart placements. So funny. I notice when I'm trying to like listen to the channeling, I skip words. It's so annoying. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like speaking like a robot that's not even smart. Like, oh no, hold on. All right, so I haven't forgotten about the free yes, no, hold on, I'm coming. All right, I just want to close this out for pile number 1. This could be either first, middle, or last name initials on the part of this person, either in your orbit, in your whatever, all right, and or coming to you. This could also be flip-flopped. I could be saying this is your person's ish and it's you all day, right? Could be nobody too. But if the message resonates, let it, right? Don't force it though. You got to utilize that intuition, which trumps any reading. Makes sense? Okay. So now that we've got the disclaimer out of the way, somebody's name could be KJ. We've got K and J coming out. We've got C. All right. Somebody's got initials CJ. I know I do. We've got F. We've got M. There's that radio again. Radio silence, perhaps. No, let me stop. We've got Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer, and Libra. All right. So for... Okay. So, Sag Girl, I need you to check the description box, babe. And I'll get to you when you are caught up on the rules. All right. What else? Let's see. I'm like, was that the first? Oh, Erica. Here we go. You guys, be sure you're subscribed to this channel. Please and thank you if you're asking me for free tarot readings. Okay? Please make sure you have hit the like on this particular video. And please be sure to put your question into the box in all caps. Please be mindful to follow all of the instructions, all right, so that karmic repercussions aren't a thing. And that's not me saying I'm doing anything against anyone. I just know my guides don't play about me. So heads up, fair warning, because I'm a lover, not a fighter. Makes sense? Okay. Trying to be as protective over my people and my collective, of course my collective, as possible. All right. All right, so now we got that. Let's see here how your question was phrased here. Erica. Okay. Yes, however, there's some aspect to a cycle that's being asked to either be closed, referable to this connection. Not in the sense of the connection being closed, because I do see communication also underneath this. The Six of Pentacles really talks about, you know, soulmate energy. So there could be something that you guys need to close out on, referable to a cycle that would have been originating from a previous incarnation, perhaps. Maybe that's why there's such high emotionality. It just kind of feels like a lot of volatile passion connected to this. You're being guided to hermit it out. Do not chase. You attract, right? If you want this person to come back and come back with their head on straight, you need to just do you in the highest vibrational sense of that. And what that really means is not obsessing over when, how, not you know, replaying conversations and reminiscing over texts and old pictures and things. You would actually just consider yourself grateful for the lesson, all right, that that particular aspect of the connection, or dare I say cycle, has taught you. Allow it to teach you, allow it to grow you for whatever that's worth. I mean, maybe I'm not saying it like you know, like the blame is 50-50 here. I'm just saying from whatever good you can make of it, make of it. But you do you. You do what makes you happy. You do what makes you feel free. And I need you to do anything that's not connected to you trying to obsess about this person, because if and when you should, that's really going to delay the connection, because divine's already working on this person. And if you are undoing the work by not working on yourself for the connection, if that makes sense, hopefully this is making sense, then you know, it's just going to be a back and forth. It's going to delay the getting back into one another's good graces a little bit longer, maybe even more hurtful, painful. Okay, so that's what I got for you. Sorry you're going through that, Erica. Erica, much love and light to you and Juan. Yeah, there's always a, you know, the lesson in and of itself, they say, is the blessing, right? Doesn't make it necessarily easy or sweet smelling or pleasant enough to smile at all times, but yet there's something to be gained by it, because all of our experiences up to this point, regardless of who we are or are not at this point, have led us to be part and parcel of who we are now. And who we are now is always better than before. Makes sense? But no being a doormat and no obsessing over one or anybody. Anybody's anybody. You're very welcome. Much love and light, Erica. Erica. Okay, now let me see who is next here. I think it was Leanne. Oh, okay. Well, well, okay. Well, Leanne, let me just double check. But I mean, the deck opened itself to the Eight of Pentacles, which is talking about working together. You know what I'm saying? And the Seven of Wands talking about standing up for what you believe in, fighting passionately, right? So this tells me this would be working with somebody you already know, okay? And you'd have to put some work towards or with. Not you doing it all. Just a friendly reminder. This is not a call for you to do all of the work and then enter another unrequited lover situation. All right? But maybe on the other side of divine timing, it's time to go. I cut the deck back to the Six of Pentacles. Hold on one second here. This Seven of Wands came back out again with the Strength card here, babe. Okay. And the Magician. It seems like you want this, so you would just attract it in. Okay. You guys, watch The Secret. It's literally a documentary movie, an hour and a half of your time, but it shows you very specific exercises and what not to do and why, right? Especially when you really want stuff, something, someone, right? And this is why I'm always saying on here, we don't abuse tarot, right? You guys can come on every freaking live stream and get your free reading, right? But what we don't do is rip up the seeds of manifestation, especially if you want it, right? Why would you rip up the seed talking about, did it grow yet? It didn't get a chance. You know what I mean? So there's that. Okay. All right, let's see here. Love and Light Leroy. Love and Light Cornelius. Who's all in here? Love and Light Fiona, if I didn't say so already. Love and Light Laura. I'm pretty sure I got you, Laura, on the way in. I'm glad it made sense, Erica. Erica. All right, now let's see here. Love and Light Highness. Okay. Oh, good opinion of you. Okay, let me see here. All right. It's a very happy yes, very high opinion. All right. They may look at you as someone that can help heal their heart, someone that helps them find the joy in life, perhaps. Doesn't have to be romantic, you know what I'm saying? Sag girl, please check the description box for the live stream roles. I've even said them out loud as well. So I'm trying to get you caught up so you can get your free reading. But I can't force you. You know what I mean? You'd have to do your part, if that makes sense. Okay, so check the description box, babe. And I got you. All right. Well, Fiona, she's coming up, but it's only unless and until she actually follows the rules. The reason why she skipped over is because she wasn't following the rules, if that makes sense. As far as I can see. Okay? As far as I said. All right. Oh my goodness. I suck. Hold on. My bad. I see it now. In my defense, this was not the first question, Sag girl. Okay, I got you. I'm going to message you. All right, let's see here. My bad. Peace and love, Leroy. All right, let's see here. My bad, Sag girl, because, you know, wasn't coming for you. I just really got to be a stickler about these rules, apparently, because I keep getting questioned about if the boundary's there, and it's always going to be, so there's that, but I digress. Well, that took long enough, Sag girl. Jeez. Okay, it's a yes. It's an incoming yes. What are we even talking about? Let me see here. I'm going to message you. It's an incoming yes. How appropriate, an incoming yes. That feels like a text message, right? And a romantic offer on the other side of that chariot with the Knight of Cups. Just saying. Sag girl. I feel like that was worth the wait, right? Love and light, babe. All right. Okay, so let's see. Is Eat Me next? Eat Me and their saddle. Okay, let's see here. If you guys watch The Secret and you want a sex saddle, right? Hear me out. There's a whole exercise in there about how to get a sex saddle. I dare you to go watch that movie to find out. It's a no, Eat Me. What do you want me to tell you? You didn't watch The Secret enough, I guess. I don't know what to tell you, babe. We're not even on Sexy Tarot. Eat Me's over here with the stable and the men and the... Oh, you're very welcome, Sag girl. Let me get back to... Oh, my goodness. Let's see here. Because I know I saw somebody I skipped over. I'm sorry, Fiona. You're right. Sag girl did do it correctly. My bad. Hold on, Sean, because I feel like I skipped over Leroy, but I have to find. Was it Leroy? Oh, I'm sorry. It was. Wait, hold on a second. Guys, bear with me because this box is hopping tonight. I feel like I skipped over somebody, but I don't see it. Mods, can you check me? Please help. All right, well, and be excited to hear from me. I feel like I skipped over somebody with an L name, but maybe it was Leanne and not Leroy, but I did Leanne, if that makes sense. Oh, yeah. I've got to start coming on here earlier. You guys, thank you for getting the watch hours up. Thank you for hanging on here even right now. Helps, right? Thank you for not clicking off. Okay. All right, let me see here, Sean. Oh, Sean was the last one. Okay, and then we got pile number 2. Thank you, Fiona. Okay, now let me see here. I don't know if this person's jealous of you or not, Sean, because it's coming out no, right? But it's like the poverty no. But hear me out. The Empress was at the bottom of the deck. You know Empress ain't broke, right? So I asked for clarification. I got the Queen of Pentacles. Now at the bottom of the deck is that self-sabotage kind of Nine of Wands, right? Ooh, I'm looking at the World card and the Ace of Swords. So seems like you might be being guided away from that one, but let me see. Ooh, hold on one second. Let me see. Ooh. So this person could be a soulmate, right? So there could be like, even if this isn't a romantic connection, there could be like a lot of pull there. It's like, no, I know we should kind of like buck with each other, whether that's literal or not, right? But it seems like the longer they stay around, the longer you're delaying the inevitable, which is giving Tower moment. I'm looking at the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Tower card, and the Six of Pentacles. But that Six of Pentacles can't be talking reciprocity because the other cards, I mean, how could... First of all, it's a no. All right, Sean. But I'm just getting, yeah, look, walk away. This person, I don't know. I'm just getting jealousy. They're just, or they're conflicted. Yeah, they're conflicted. They might be hot, cold with you. And the whole time they're probably conflicted that they do feel that and think that way. Again, you're being guided to walk away. That's the best I can. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand that, but okay. Well, you need to just let that cycle close, babe. Okay, not to be funny, but because you don't want this. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a tower on the strength of some guy either. You know what I mean? I mean, they're an ex for a reason. You'd think. You know what I'm saying? You might have another offer come soon anyways. Run tell that. Run tell that. Just saying, Sean. Okay, now let me see here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I see what you tried to do there, Sean. Thank you. Okay, no, we're good. I did do that. Thank you guys so much for trying. I appreciate. We're all trying, right? We're all in this together. Maybe between the three of us, we can get... No, let me stop. I just know for me, it's late, and I'm like, okay. But I was like, I don't want to not come on. Because I'd rather just be here, you know what I'm saying? Talk about conflicted struggle. Tell you what. Much love and light, you guys. All right, so we're going to get to pile number 2 then. And it's like 37:30, right? So pile number 2. Wait, hold on one second. Oh, I didn't have the deck prepared. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay. Also, guess what? I need to get a drink. How about that? Ha ha ha, I've earned it. All right, so pile number 2. I could be speaking to a collective member who has either Sagittarius, Virgo, or Libra chart placements. Does not have to be the case, you guys, right? And if you are a Libra, especially, you could be going through some or integrating some shadow work and finding out that forgiveness is maybe something that you struggle to do, okay? And you know what? That's valid, okay? I'm not here to make it like, oh yeah, no, you should just be so forgiving of like everything and everyone, like it's so easy. But, you know, as your guide of sorts here, I do want you to understand that forgiveness is really for you. It's not for any one of those mofos out there, okay? It's not even for them to know that you forgave necessarily. How about that one? Maybe you didn't think of that. You could just go on ahead and free yourself up. Keep them wondering, oh, did they forgive me? Right? If they even care to wonder that. Because many of you, let's be honest, you're dealing with narcissists and demons in ish, right? They don't give a rat's bleepity, okay, about your feelings, let alone simultaneously, if you can imagine this, your well-being. Okay? So, forgiveness, honey bun, is always for you. And it's always freedom for you. How about that? Even when you are forgiving of self, you are freeing yourself from aspects of inner turmoil, aspects of mental and maybe even physical bondage. And the reason why I say that is, I know we were talking about eat me saddle and all, but no, let me stop. But the reason why I say that is because, you know what, trauma gets trapped in the body. Okay, emotions will send indicators for the body to think it's unaliving itself, and it'll start. Just say it. Okay, so again, really important for you to forgive so that you're freeing yourself from potentially disease, right? Cancer comes to mind. Gosh, anger will get you there. I've seen that a few times. Okay, so work on that. Okay, if you need some assistance, book a session. Let's talk. All right, no worries, no judgment, only love and light. I wouldn't want the karma. All right, so there's that. Anywho, pile number 2, moving on. Okay, because again, we're talking about, how you may understand or may not, how you come across in loving, caring connections. Okay, of course, we're hitting on the romantic kind. Maybe it's not always something that resonates for you, but just indicating the intention here. Okay, and interestingly enough, I couldn't even make this happen if I wanted to. This particular deck that I'm using, I think it's called Love Is, and it's a playing cards deck with some sayings on it. And you got one each, pile number 2, for the masculine and the feminine energy. Okay, so literally, for real, for real, for real, whether you are guy, girl, what have you, okay, you are easily viewed as the one, V1, the one that got away, the best option, the best lover, okay, and whole time you're humble. Beautiful energy. I love that. Beautiful soul. Okay. You are coming across as being what's notoriously supportive in your caring, concerning type of connections. And you do afford others hope by the way that you live, yes, but by the way that you think and the way that you love. And I'm hearing the way that you include everyone, I'm hearing to say. It's almost like somebody from the other side is telling me this. Could be some significance to, and I'm not trying to be, how would I say that? You know how somebody could be like thick, but then like thick, I'll just say it that way. And I'm getting a Caucasian female with like it's blonde hair, but it's like dark-ish, like maybe like sort of in this realm. Okay, I'm getting a bob with glasses. Could be some significance to the color red shirt, or they're just coming through with love for you, if that resonates. Okay, but you are viewed by all kinds, essentially. This is outside of the realm of lovers, right? I mean, not love, but lover connections. So it seems that, all aspects of your spiritual guidance team would also agree that you are very supportive, that you do assist others with maintaining hope, being hope filled. Okay, maybe that's coming through because you helped. If this could be your aunt, somebody's aunt, I'm hearing. Susan could be a name. You could have assisted many, like not even just like your lovers, with this kind of healing aspect of you. Okay, but we're talking tonight because you need some assistance with your love life, and really it's connecting back to you. It's connecting back to your need to forgive, maybe self as well as others. It's connecting back to you needing to continue to process some of those feelings that maybe you don't like to process, maybe you don't like to admit, that they still affect you, or that person still affects you. Okay, and you are being asked to go on ahead and do what all is necessary to heal, not to band-aid, not to avoid, not to, right? You, it's like pile number 1 and 2, you're being asked to do a bit of work here, but it's not punishment. It's also like not beneficiary. Thorns are coming out here for you. Weave together the crowns you deserve. So pile number 2, it seems like, you know what, maybe you need to make some change referable to the way that you love self and others. Maybe you are outwardly loving of self. Excuse me. Maybe you should be. Maybe you're outwardly loving of others. Okay, more expressed. perhaps more open, perhaps. And then with self, you kind of clam up. Well, I'm a good person. Well, I know other people love me. Yeah, but how about you? Like, who cares? If a whole community of people loved you, right? Haven't you ever heard of, issues where people have literally unaligned themselves and had whole communities come together to be like, no, we know and love this person the whole time, right? It doesn't matter. That's like trying to expect money to be everything to keep a connection together. It's not ever going to be. You would have to do the work and heal so that whatever money and or whatever love you are grateful to experience, okay, really doesn't go to waste. Makes sense? I am always enough. Aha. I see. Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth here, honey bun. Okay, you need to pour into you way more. You can't even pour into you guys, right? Seriously, by saying, well, others blah, blah, blah me, because so what? That's outside of you. Oh, I'm so sorry to get in somebody's ass right now, but just saying. You have to really step up to the plate for you. You have to really celebrate you. You have to really tolerate you. You have to really know and love you because you are that important, especially if you're going to be sharing of yourselves. Makes sense? You shouldn't do it half cocked and then expect others to come rightfully cocked, right? Like they're going to come half cocked too, and you just be milling about all, making even babies that could be, I'm not here to word curse, but it's happened before for a lot of people. Just saying, okay? So now that you know better, you're going to what? Live better. You're going to make better choices. You're going to face yourself. You're going to know that you know that you know. You are more than enough. Because you exist, you can't help but be too much. Make sense? So if you're too much, and oh gosh, you've been told that a few times before too, haven't you? Yeah, well, the whole time they were trying to attach a negative connotation to it. They were just speaking straight facts. You are too much because you're more than enough. And you're too much for most because you are that good. You are that not separable from the divine. Makes sense? Okay? So makes sense your light was irritating demons. But your light was never created for you to not shine. Your light was never created and supported by divine forces for you to shirk away from all of your glory, all of your wonderment, okay? All of your magic that you are, okay? Please, you got to know this. Treat your body like the palace that it is, okay? So what? You got a fupa, and it's the most glorious fupa one could ever have because it's yours. If you're not going to stand behind your own fupa, then maybe you ought to change it. But change it with love and light, though. You can't change it by hating. You can't change it by waiting until it's gone to celebrate, right? You'd have to love it away. I'm so serious. That's the only way. Okay? So, regardless of whether you've got a fupa or not, right? Maybe there's some other aspects to your body. Maybe it's functionality, even. Maybe not even aesthetic, right? Maybe it looks great, just doesn't work so well. All right? You got to make changes for that too, and you can because you're being asked to. The divine never asks us to do that which they're not already meeting us at least halfway for us to execute and complete. Okay? We're not set up for failure here. That's a fear. And often that's a fear being projected onto you because you are so great, magnanimous. Fupa and all, perhaps. Okay? Swim away from any situation, anyone, any shark that does not afford you the opportunity to thrive in all of your amazing wonderment. Okay? It is hard enough for some of us to build ourselves up, to climb out of that crab bucket. Okay? You don't need anyone or anything around you at this time or ever. Okay? It would mean that they'd have to be worthy of you. Okay? If they're around, right? And if they're around and they're making you feel like shit, they're not worthy of you. I'm so serious. Okay? Now, what you'd have to question on the other side of realizing someone's making you feel like shit is why you are tolerating that, why you are accepting of that. Because that is the root of the issue. It's not even this person that maybe stands before you and screams in your face all day and night. It's the version of you that tells yourself you're stuck. It's the version of you that tells yourself you made your bed, now you should lie in it, right? It's the version of you that puts the period at the end of the sentence, the paragraph, the cycle, right? And just resolves into nothingness about it, okay? And that's what we don't want. Okay, it's not on the menu for you. You're here to grow and thrive. Fupa and all, baby. All right, if you got one, use it. You know what I'm saying? No worries, okay? Because you can't stay in this defeatist attitude, talking about woe is me and my fupa, right? You can't. You've got to get into this lover's aspect of self. Okay, Gemini might be chart placement of some resonance as well here, pile number 2. But really, on the other side of you pouring into you, all right, you do get built up with the King of Pentacles here. There could be some, wait, hold on one second. Man, okay, hold on. All right, so whoever I'm speaking to for pile number 2, this could be the situation for some, maybe not all. But I'm just being shown that, you know what, from the 5 of Swords to the Lovers and the King of Pentacles, which let's look at this firstly. Let's look at the progression here, okay? And I'm just letting you guys look at them because I need to look at them so I can speak, if that makes sense. I don't have all the cards memorized, just saying. Okay. So, oh my God, I didn't even see the guy in the 5 of... Did anybody see that guy down there? Just saying. I didn't see him. Wow, yep. All right, well, I know that message is coming in clear because I caught it before I seen that mofo. Okay. One second, because now I'm like, all right, so she... It's like, okay, for some people here, this is what you've done. And others, this is what you will do. Even though after I say all this, this may not resonate for everyone connected to pile number 2. Hopefully this makes sense. It's a lot going on here, pile number 2. Some of you, irregardless of your meat suit, right, whether guy, girl, what have you, you had to take your feminine energy, which may have been overarching. Okay, so feminine energy really is like soft, demure, meek and mild, right? Doesn't chase, doesn't get all aggressive and pushy, right? But attracts and knows that she's worthy, okay? And it's interesting because she knows she's worthy. But what I'm seeing here is the feminine energy really essentially pulling this masculine energy of self, same self here, right? Up into some higher frequency. And it's like as soon as I'm talking about one person here though, like for the collective of people, hopefully this makes sense. Once the masculine energy regained footing, posture as it were, leveled up the feminine, okay? It's giving, this is why they don't look the same in all stages. This is rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth, chills on that, death and rebirth, death and rebirth. You went through several measures of purging, or you will, okay? As you do that, pentacle grows. You grow into king mindset, all right? I am the head and not the tail, right? Gone are the days where any aspect of yourself is willing to lay down on the ground in some sort of defeatist attitude. It can't be the case. You're too much. Get up. You've got to fight. Maybe you've got to fight you about this. Not fight in the sense of like, wow, hate myself. I've got to. But in the sense of death and rebirth, right? Oh, not fully integrated into that highest vibrational status. Still making decisions to what? Close out cycle. Close out cycle. Walk away from shark. Okay. This ain't it. They're not it. We're not putting a period here. Okay. To do so would leave you stagnant here. Okay. So maybe there's somebody you do have to get rid of. This could be hard for you because it's like you've been together a while. You've known each other all your lives, perhaps, some of you. You have trauma bonded in some ways, forms, and measures, others of you, okay? A lot of emotions, a lot of, you know, I got you, you got me. But really, even in the sense of trauma bond and or I got you, you got me, doesn't necessarily mean it's outside of the realm of toxicity. I mean, first of all, trauma bond definitely inside of that realm. Okay, not saying that it's something that somebody should feel shame filled about. It's often something that just happens, right? But either way, there might be some of you really being expected to leave somebody behind. Okay, maybe even understand that they're not coming into the new earth energy conscious, right? And all of that jazz. And it's giving, you know, maybe there is some significance to childhood here as well, or like small town vibes here as well. And you've been with this person, or you've been for this person, and this person for you a time or two, a moon cycle or two, a year or two, right? But it's like you've got to close out the cycle here so that you can get on with really continuing to beautify your path. And really, when I say your path, I need you to know it's starting at ground zero with you and not this person. For whoever resonated with, you know, really needing to walk away from someone. Because if not, you guys, your money as well as your confidence will continue to struggle. Nobody wants that, okay? And you got somebody new coming. I should be mindful to say from pile number 1 to pile number 2. Pile number 2, this person is coming towards you mostly. This is not another somebody that you already know. Really, I'm getting pile number 2. You already know somebody you need to walk away from. Maybe you've walked away from them, but like energetically, emotionally, you damn sure need to walk away from them to make room for the new one. In like a better, not even just like a thank you next, gosh, I got the same mofo and, you know, same spirit, different body. No, 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 no. Like the actual upgrade, like who you actually should be with, who you actually should be for. I'm also hearing to say, ooh. And this person could be a Pisces. There's double confirmation on that, as well as Sagittarius. And you know what's crazy? On your side, collective, forgiveness is hard for you, right? On their side, they're forgiving to a fault. Seems like maybe you guys could mix and mingle a bit so that you can both, instead of trauma bond, you can heal together, right? Wouldn't that be good? That's a higher, you want that one. Just saying, this is better, okay? And they always have the tendency to tell the truth without sugarcoating. You know what? That's better than a liar. So serious, I'd take that any day. And they've been cheated on. So I get that this person is really not for the tricks, okay? I don't think you're gonna see any kind of silly white rabbits in their profile pictures, just saying. I don't think you're gonna see them in line for the dummy games or the dummy prizes. All right, so I love that for you, just saying. Okay. The bell has rung. Final call, you guys. Get those questions in. If you're applicable, one freebie per live stream, you guys, for anyone wondering. And for anyone wondering what the live stream rules are, please check that description box, you guys. Thank you. And we're just going to take a look at first, middle, or last name initials on the part of this person coming your way here, pile number 2. Hopefully, right? Could be your own ish. Could be nobody's ish, right? Take what resonates, okay? I'm not here to force you to force anything. So serious, right? Could be some significance to rain or the laundry detergent gain. So this is just giving, you know, on the other side of you're really sealing in those juices, honey bun, about your worth, and then also adding that tax. You're making right and proper energy and room, dare I say, for this person that seems like divine already has weight in the wings for you. We've got H at the bottom of the deck here, and Sagittarius chart placements on the other side of it. Okay, we've got C. We've got S. We've got A. There could be some significance to South Carolina, I'm hearing. What else? California. Okay. There's another, hold on one second. And Atlantic City, excuse me. Okay, we've got G, could be Georgia as well. I, okay, maybe somebody's name is Gia. We've got R. We've got N. Maybe somebody's a nurse here. We've got Q. Okay, and the chart placements are Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, and Pisces. Wow. Okay, let's see here. So that was 3 hits on Pisces for pile number 2, whether on the part of both of you or one or more of you, okay? All right. So you guys, don't forget to do the work knowing who you are, so that way you don't have somebody else come in trying to teach you. You know what I'm saying? Usually those mofos are lying, okay, about whatever they can think to come up with for their own agenda, not really to have you have clarity on who you are. I mean, that would be counterproductive for them. Those type of people? Oh, yeah. Just saying. Just saying. All right, you guys. Last call, last call, last call. Oh, yep, Fiona, yeah. You guys, if you don't have love for yourself, who cares if the world loves you? They can line up one by one by one by one. If you're not rocking with you, it's just not going to be enough, right? He's over there shopping. That's funny. All right, you guys. Well, it's been real. I really appreciate you guys. Oh, Sean, I just saw you. You said you don't want him, but he's a good business connect. I don't know. Didn't we have the tower come out though? Like, you want to risk your business with that? You know what I mean? Hmm. Sometimes we can restrict ourselves by going the logical route, right? You know, many times I thought, oh yeah, collaboration is everything, and only to turn around and find out they were taking my own um divine inspirations, as it were, to really perform and create events in event spaces that I was not invited to, though I basically gave them the blueprint for the event, right? That type of ish. Jealousy, man. Messiness. I don't, this person maybe doesn't do business well enough for you, connect or not. You might talk to the rest of their connects and find out that they owe them money. You know what I'm saying? They owe them some promises. You don't have that type of time, especially when you're really starting out, to even find that stuff out the hard way. I'm so serious. Take it from someone who knows. you don't want to you don't want to waste time or money when it comes to business, just saying, or anything really. But Evie said window shopping. Sometimes window shopping is for protection, Evie. No, let me stop. I don't know what to say about that, because I'm like, okay, you get too many of them toys, you might hurt somebody or yourself. I don't know. We can't have that either, Evie. So it might be protection, just saying. Haven't we all wanted something that really just we needed protection from? Hell, some of us went to court about it. Just saying. So there's that. But I digress. All right, you guys, it's been real. Thank you for hopping on. Gosh, I didn't expect this type of turnout because it's so late. Love and light, Teresa Horton. You have a question, babe, before I hop off? We're doing questions. Not that you should have a question. Please don't rip up Seeds of Manifestation. All right, I don't want to get riled up before bed. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me riled up now, Teresa. Or anyone. Let me stop. Oh my God. So I can't answer yes or no to why they do that, Teresa. So you would have to follow the live stream rules. I don't know, however else to plainly state that to you, Teresa. I feel like we do this every time, babe. Yeah, I won't give up on you, but I would like to go to sleep soon. So please check the live stream rules, babe, and get your question in so I can, because I don't know how I would answer a why question, yes or no. I feel like I would be rude if I did that. You know what I'm saying? That'd be mean, I feel like. So thanks for checking the live stream rules again and getting your question in. But yeah, I don't know, you guys. We're all somewhere on the path, it seems. But you know what? I do really appreciate lately, Spirit has been really letting us know that irregardless of how far off that finish line may seem, we're still right on course and right on time. I feel like, you know what, we should be able to take some solace in that, right, guys? Not that it makes it necessarily any easier of a path, but it is nice to have that reassurance, you know what I mean? Especially from divine, if I do say so myself. Like, I'd rather have reassurance from divinity over that of, people, which I feel like normally is the course for me, but I digress. Again, it goes back to, you, aka divinity, but I'll say it this way to be fair. You plus divinity is more than enough, right? There's no way around it, if that makes sense. In like a great way, though. Oh my god. Keep it up, eat me. Oh my goodness. No, me stop. This isn't even sexy tarot. You better be ready for the next sexy tarot, eat me, with your question. I'm still rolling over that night we were talking about the stable. My goodness. Sometimes I go back and watch that live again and I'm like, that's so hilarious, eat me. Eat me. I want to know about your medication. Did you get that chest thing situated with your meds? Because I meant to ask you about that because you said you had chest swelling and I was like, no, that's not okay. Because I'm like, is that interrupting your sleep? You've got all these colorful dreams. I can't even catch up. I used to think I was good at dream interpretation until I met Eat Me, guys. I'm like, oh no, I'm tapped out. I can't even thrown in the towel. SOS. I have no idea what to make of that, Eat Me. It's too much. You stopped taking it? Okay. But is your chest okay though? Like, did it reverse whatever symptoms you were, you know what I mean, like you were experiencing? I hope you guys are okay. Fiona, your chest is good too. I know you were having oh my god, I forget the medical term for the sternum thing. But I'll be praying for you guys. I'm rooting for you too. Thanks for rooting for me too, you guys. Wait, let's see. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I know at least you got through that part though with the inspection. My goodness. That was crazy that night. All right, you guys. I'm going to hop off here and I want you guys to really start asking, however you subscribe here. I got to say it different ways, so bear with me. God, universe, source, right? I really want you to really put your petitions in there expectantly, okay? And ask them to show you signs. All right, that's going to keep your faith built up. You can ask for anything. You want to see a purple dinosaur, right? Maybe next thing you know, you're scrolling in your feed and Barney comes up, right? Take the signs for what they are, okay? And you know what you ask. You don't have to tell another soul, right? You don't even have to speak out your requests to divinity. They hear and see simultaneously every thought, okay? That's why I always, even in my religious sect days, okay? Um, I always had a mind where it was like, you know what, I'm never really gonna lie towards God, because God knows everything. Either I believe that or I don't, right? So I was always of a mind that if I was angry at God, I would I would let God know. And you know, if I thought God, maybe could implement change in a bit of a different way, I would always let God know, right? So you guys never be afraid to like let divine know, okay? Because divine knows anyways, and the more you like let divine know, let divinity know, let God know, let source know, um, the more you commune. And so on the back end of that, you know, you can have stuff break off, years worth of lack shift to somewhere in the dark abyss, who cares where, right? But you really do have to do the work, and you really do have to believe in what you're doing. You really do have to have intention in it all. And ultimately, of course, intention to receive, but you would have to feel worthy. So it's like a whole ball of wax, you guys. Please don't give up, and please continue to do this work, because you will most assuredly continue to see your manifestations and so much more, you guys. And I know I can't wait to see that day, those days, right? Those years where all of that comes into fullness of fruition for you all. And I believe that it most assuredly will. And I just ask you to also do your part to believe, okay? It's not going to be for nothing. I promise. I promise you that much. All right. I love you guys so, so much. And be sure to love on you, okay? If it's not coming from you first, make it make sense, okay? You got to go back to square one and set the foundation correctly, because otherwise you might fall prey to casting pearls. Otherwise you might fall prey to feeling and or fearing that you're not enough all over again. And who wants that, okay? So keep those faith muscles flexed. The good fight is not wrestling demons. It always was and never will be the fight of faith. Okay, faith is a leaky substance, as some say. And so you must be sure to do your part to keep it built up. Makes sense? And of course, you're not here to do that always and always by yourself. So please, please, I beseech you, call out to divine forces for assistance at this time. But specifically, also for what you want, okay? Be grateful, because what you want wants you. And another way to say that, perhaps more aptly stated, is what you want, you already do have. You've just got to align to it and claim it and keep that faith built up about it. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, that's for somebody. Don't give up, you guys. I love you so, so much. I really mean that. Thanks for being here, and thanks for not giving up. Much love and light.